the easiest videos to make are the ones you make when you are currently going through a particular circumstance. I kind of figured that out. Unfortunately, the gurus will not tell you that. See, if I had to sit here and just, whip up a video of something that I'm not going through, it's going to take me a lot of time, a lot of effort. I have to think about the points I have to talk about. I have to think about so many things, the hook and stuff like that. But then if you just are going through a particular situation and you say, you know what, I'm going to turn on the camera and just talk about what I feel, what's happening. These are the easiest videos to make, and most times they are the most sincere videos that you can ever make. Guys, right now, I am going through so many things, trying to eat up my time. First, I'm changing my apartment. I'm moving to a new location, with a wife, 2 kids. It is kind of distorting all the, the processes I have put in place. I really underestimated the fact that changing an apartment could be so stressful. See, the last time I moved was 10 years ago, and I've been living in this apartment from nowhere. The landlord came and said he wanted to use the apartment. No problem. It's okay when the landlord tells you, look, it's been 10 years. I think I want to use the apartment for my purpose. I understand that. But then having to look for a new apartment, first of all, was very, very difficult. Very time consuming. You have to keep visiting, different, potential houses, taking a look at them. Sometimes you don't like them. Sometimes you even like them. And you do not receive a positive message from the owner of the apartment. And yes, at the end of the day, we were able to find something. And now it was time to move. Guys, I underestimated the fact that moving while still having an eBay business on the side could change a lot of things. You see, I didn't expect this. I have been moving for the past 1 week. 10 years is a long time, with a wife, 2 kids, like I said. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of property, a lot of, things to take along, a lot of organization. And sometimes it's not so easy like I thought. I just thought that, yes, if I would do a lot of work, 2-3 days should be enough for me to do the first initial movement. And thereafter, I'll come around, clean up the old apartment, and then everything is ready. But that was a gross underestimation of the amount of time that it takes. Guys, I am seriously, spent. I've been working night and day pretty much for the last 1 week, nonstop. Today, I'm still going to be, pushing this process because I'm trying to, have a station where by Saturday, I should already be done so I can actually come back and focus on the eBay side of things. Of course, you may be out there, you might not be moving, but I want to tell you that there's going to come a point where life can just get so busy. There are so many things that could come up. It could be that, you're trying to run you're selling business on the side and you're also studying. Now you have to write exams, and sometimes you write the exam, it doesn't, go as you planned. You have to retake it. There just could be 1,001 things that could just come up from nowhere. Try to take your time. Your car could be broken. Your business could be running, and from nowhere, you have some other issues of life that you have to deal with. Guys, I'm going to share with you how I kind of tackled this particular, situation when life got so busy, exactly what is going on right now. The first thing you want to do is to kind of focus. Definitely, we've all got 1 or 2 things, contending for our time. It could be vices. It could just be some distractions. It could be things that do not really move the needle in the favor of the direction that you are going. See, if you get to focus yourself, this might just be one of the things that you have to do, to get over the situation that pretty much could be drowning your time, making you not to be able to, do the things that you would have loved to do. Focus is the name of the game. See, I focused on the fact that, look, the movement has to be done. You see, I had the option of just complaining, sitting down here, quarreling. Why do I have to be moving in this time? It's Q4. It's supposed to be the best time of the year where I should be on my business, getting things, the items shipped out, getting items posted. But I said to myself, you know what? The most important thing right now for me is to get my family, resettled in the new apartment. That was the most important thing, and I had to focus on that. I didn't have to start to stress myself. I'm going to run to post items. I have not, listed items on eBay for the last, 5 days, for the last 4 days. I'm beginning to wear myself out. I understand that, look, this movement is going to take about a week or 2 for me, and this is exactly what I'm going to be focusing on. So my priority has been on moving my family to a new location. I focused on that, day in, day out. I was constantly doing things that moved the needle in the favor of me resettling my family. One thing I didn't do was to close my shop, because from my past experiences, I kind of realized that when your shop has very good momentum and you go ahead, stop things, you stand a chance of actually, losing a lot of traffic when you finally come back. So here and there, I still left my eBay shop open, but one thing I did do was to change my handling time. Of course, I'm definitely going to be receiving less sales, because when people see that the items they ordered will be delivered, 5 or 6 days later, they might decide not to buy from you. I'm okay with that. But the fact is, I didn't want my shop totally closed for nobody to be able to buy things. I left it on. But my whole focus has been on moving my family. Yes, there have been messages, people that bought things from me trying to return items. Of course, these are also priority items, because when you have an eBay shop, you have to be able to, cater for your buyers. Even when the items have been delivered, they might want to reach out to you. They want to return an item. You're not going to ghost them because you are moving or because you are currently stressed in your life. You want to also prioritize that. See, even though I did, focus on the things that was really, really important, which is the move, I still didn't lose sight of the fact that my eBay shop is something I also have to, pay close attention to, because that's where the money comes from. I also have to focus there. I also have to make sure that, buyers do not have to pass through fire in an attempt to reach me or return my items to me. So I also focused on the fact that, yes, I also need to spend time taking a look at my eBay shop, the messages, reacting quickly to the things that were very, very, very important. Of course, listing items wasn't the most important things for me. I'm proud that I didn't have to stress myself out. I didn't wear myself out. And that was also one very good thing. The fact that I was able to already tell myself, you know what, I'm just going to go through this week without listing items. I settled that already with my head. And because of that, I wasn't stressed about it. If you think that, okay, I'm going to try to move some things, some furnitures to the new apartment, I'm going to try to run back to the warehouse or to the garage, try to list something, you are going to be stressing yourself out. And sometimes you might not even know that you are being stressed until the next day somebody tries to tell you something. And before you know it, you're already reacting. You are already very edgy. You are angry. And before you know it, if you're not careful, you flare up. All right? See, focus and patience is the name of the game. Focus on the things that are very, very important. On a scale of 1 to 10, you should be able to place these demanding priorities. For me, I have to move. I have that eBay shop. I have kids. The kids have demands. Of course, I was able to place them. And the top of priority for me was to quickly finish my move as soon as possible, which is what I've been doing in prioritizing that. So the eBay shop, eBay side of things, pretty much would have suffered a little bit, but I do not care, because I know the more I can focus on that particular thing I'm doing, ultimately I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to shift my focus again onto eBay and begin to do what we have to do, which is listing items, making sure that every day or every other day we are bringing quality items to the market, items that people want to buy, not just you listing items that nobody wants to buy. Because if you are also focused on listing the wrong item, at the end of the day, you're going to be doing yourself a lot of disservice, because it's not going to move the needle in the direction of what you are trying to achieve, which is to have a business that actually makes money. Focus on listing items that work. So if you take a look at it, it doesn't matter where you're looking at it from. Focus is the name of the game. What does focus mean? Remove every distraction. Make sure your eye is single. If you have said to yourself, I'm going to move this family, I'm going to move this key, I'm going to move this furniture, go all out and do it. Don't be like, okay, I'm going to move this today, and then checking your phone, something new comes up. You say, oh no, I don't think that's going to work again. I'm going to do this other thing. And then you are driving to this location, and then something comes up. No, I think I'm going to pick up some item over there. And then you are driving there, something comes up. The landlord calls you. Oh, okay, I'm running to you to come and sign the contract of the house. At the end of the day, you're going to be stressing yourself because you are out of focus. And if you are not careful, you're not going to achieve anything. Or if you do end up achieving something, you're going to achieve it, sacrificing your mental health. You're going to be stressed. You're going to be angry. You're going to be wearing yourself out. And if you are not careful, you might easily burn out. So guys, if you have a lot of things, going on right now, there might be a lot of stuff, focus on the things that are most important to you, the things that moves the needle in your favor. Focus on those things and try to see it to completion. Yes, of course, all of these tasks, they do not get completed in about a week or two. Luckily for me, The move now is supposed to be about 2 weeks at the most, a 3-week, project. I should be able to, lock in, focus, and make sure that I see it to completion. Yes, of course, there are some projects that last, very, very long. Some might last like 6 months, some might last like a year. Yes, you still have to focus, but if you focus to the point that you are able to do other things on the side, of course, you can combine these things, but do not let the side things you do, distract you from the ultimate focus or the ultimate project that you have. And if you can do this, you are going to be seeing that things are going to be much, much better, much, much easier for you. People are going to be asking you, how are you able to do this? And one thing I also need to tell you guys, which is something that you do not hear all the time, most times there's no special, magic wands to achieving or getting the power to focus. It just comes from practice, constant practice. You constantly practicing on doing one thing, you get distracted. Don't be too hard on yourself. The moment you discover that you are being distracted, you try to bring yourself back. It's just a constant practice. And every day, if you constantly practice this, act of being focused on what you are doing, you are ultimately going to be better. Today, it's going to be better than yesterday. And tomorrow, it's going to be better than today. If you have that mindset and constantly push yourself to practice these things, see, in the space of 2-3 months, we're going to see a marked difference. And you'll be surprised how you were able to pick up this skill to focus. Guys, if this video has helped you, please go ahead in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, this might be the best time for you to go ahead and subscribe. Click on the like button. Until I see you again in the next one. Peace.